Right, well, I'm super happy because I have the opportunity to talk about PostgreSQL, my favorite database. And the title, Long Live Sustainability, is kind of redundant because sustainability talks about long-living things. But I would like to emphasize this in this presentation. I'm not going to be talking about environmental sustainability, but I'm going to be talking about more like Leslie was talking about sustainability of communities and the technology itself. Because if the technology is sustainable, the community has a lot of chances to be sustainable as well. And referring to the first line in talk, we also have this very nice diagram. So if you analyze your components, and the most fragile component is holding your data, beware, because your data is your gold. Right? Now, the other reason why I pick up this title is because I was not courageous enough to use this other title, which is more emotional, Postgres, Love, and Freedom. I love Postgres, and I love it because it's free. And I think that when you have the combination of these two things, you are in a very good shape for a long-term relationship. And this is what you want to build with your components, because they are going to be in your stack for a long time. So let me do the exercise together with you whether Postgres is really or not free and whether it's sustainable or not. And I'm going to refer to a story that I had when I was working in Brussels a long time ago. And then I arrived at work, my boss was already there, and he was bringing me news. He said, like, Boriss, you won't believe this, but Oracle bought Postgres. I said, well, that's not possible. It's nonsense. I mean, you cannot buy Postgres. It's not for sale. Well, then how could Oracle acquire actually MySQL? Well, they acquired the company that was the owner of MySQL, and therefore they got the software, but you cannot buy Postgres. And then he said, yes, now I remember the news. Still trying to prank me. Actually, Oracle acquired Second Quadrant. And I said, well, that's irrelevant, whether it's Second Quadrant or whether it's EDB or any major contributor to Postgres. The Postgres software is free as an eagle that flies together. And then the important thing here is that the contributors are contributing to the community, and the community is the owner of the license, which is a promise that is today free, and it's going to be free tomorrow, the next week, next year, and forever and ever. So we say the word tomorrow without fear. This is the Postgres community. Now, the developers that work for those companies, well, they are the committers. They have the rights to commit. It's not that the company is going to reject your permissions to commit once you go to another company. So the developers themselves are also free, and that's very important. And the vendors of Postgres, they all understand this, so we all work together as a collaboration among competitors or a competition among collaborators. We work together, we create sustainable releases, and we produce one major release per year, which is supported for 5 years. So that means if you pick up one of the Postgres releases that was before the beginning of the pandemic, kind of a long time ago, today you still get bug fixes and security patches. We produce minor releases every quarter, and also in between, if it is necessary, security patches. So that's the sustainability that you get, and this is one of the reasons why the community loves Postgres. The last surveys that we have seen in Stack Overflow, we have put as like a most loved database. I totally understand that. And it's not just because of the technology itself, but because the community help each other. We do that by sharing knowledge. We help each other. We answer questions. But also, when Postgres cannot provide certain functionality, we do it by extensions. So the extensions is a part of the core design of Postgres, which allows you to add new data types or functionality that doesn't exist. At this moment, probably have to talk about forks. So forks do exist in Postgres, but the forks are not meant to disrupt the technology or disrupt the community. It is just there when you cannot add it as an extension, you can add it as a new development of Postgres, and the license allows you to do that. Okay, so I've been talking a lot of good stuff about Postgres. It sounds like a sales pitch, but you cannot buy Postgres, so it's just about my love for Postgres. To get to this conclusion, is it a sustainable choice or not? I believe it is. So this is my first message. The second one is homework. Go to your stack, look at all the components that you have, try to find the dependencies between the components, try to find those that are really relevant, see how flexible are. Can you change it for something else? Can you change the vendor that is helping you to provide the product to a production environment? Who are the developers? Who are the owners of your components? And actually the license. Is the license going to be free next week? I don't know. So you have to study that. So I've given you homework, and I believe that I've given you also some arguments to kind of understand why my alternative title was PostgreSQL, a story of love and freedom. Thank you very much.